Hello, crocheters. Welcome everyone to Mary Tajitos. Nice to meet you. I'm Mary, and it's a pleasure for me to share a new tutorial with you. For today's class, I bring you this beautiful design. It's a model that has been trending on all social media. And at the request of many of you who asked me to adapt it to t-shirt yarn, today, with much love, I have created this process for you. We are going to be working on it with pattern stitch and single crochet. Look at all the details of that wonderful stitch. And on the inside, look how spacious it is. I hope you enjoy the process and put it into practice. If that's the case, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment as a sign of appreciation. Don't forget to share this content on all your social networks so our community keeps growing and we can reach people with emotional and therapeutic needs. Remember that crochet makes the world a better place. I'm going to show you these materials on the screen, and you'll find all the details in the video description. Now, let's move on to the step-by-step instructions. I'm going to use extra stretch feather t-shirt yarn, which is a selected yarn with a strand that's 2.5 centimeters wide. I'll be working with a 5.5 millimeter hook. In the video description, I'll leave you the link to their shopping page. You'll also find all the materials and the exact quantities detailed there of yarn that we'll be using for this project. Let's start with a slip knot. And now we'll crochet 11 chains. We have a loop on the hook, yarn over and pull through, loop on the hook, yarn over and pull through. We work the chains this way until we reach the 11th chain. I finished the 11 chains. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We are going to make one additional chain, and this will be our turning chain, for a total of 12 chains. If you have a length of 8 centimeters, pull the chain, and on the back where the bumps are, we are going to work single crochet. We pass the hook under the second bump because the first one is the turning chain. So here we will be making single crochets. We pass the hook under the second bump. We yarn over. We draw up a loop to the height of the loop on the hook, yarn over again, and pull through both. We make our first stitch here, go under the next little ridge, and make a single crochet under the next one. In this way, we continue making stitches until we have 11 stitches. We reach the last little bump, we go underneath, and here we make a single crochet. We make a turning chain and finish the first row here with a total of 11 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We turn the piece, and we're going to work the second row also with single crochet. And we're going to do this one under the second chain. We pass the hook under the entire chain. We make a single crochet here. A stitch under each chain until you reach the last one. When you reach the last chain, go underneath and make the last stitch here. Make a turning chain and turn the piece. We've completed the second row here. Now let's do the last one. We go under the second chain. Remember, the first one is the turning chain. We yarn over and make a single crochet here. For the next one, notice it's the same process as before. We reach the last chain, go underneath, and make a single crochet here. We make a chain stitch. We turn the piece. Here we finish 3 rounds with single crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to work on round number 4. And here we start with the stitch pattern. This stitch is known as pattern stitch, and it consists of combining half double crochet and slip stitch. Half double crochet, slip stitch. It's a very simple stitch. We've already worked on it several times here on the channel. and it's very easy to do. Here's what we need to keep in mind when working on it. It's that the strand is nice and straight, not twisted up. That it's like this, loose like this one. So, what are we going to do? We're going to insert the hook under the next chain. But first, we yarn over. We go under the whole chain. We yarn over again. We raise it to the level of the loop that's on the hook. Look, here we have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through all 3. Here we've made the first stitch, and this is a half double crochet. In the next chain, we're going to make a slip stitch. Insert the hook under the entire chain. Yarn over. We lift it up a little, and here we pull the first loop through the one we already had, like this. In the next one, we make a half double crochet. Yarn over the hook. We go under the chain. We yarn over again. We pull it up a little, and here we have 3 loops. We yarn over and pull through all 3. So we have a half double crochet, a slip stitch, and a half double crochet. In the next one, we make a slip stitch. Half double crochet. Slip stitch. Half double crochet. We've reached the last 2 chains. We're going to make a slip stitch. And in the last one, a half double crochet. Let's begin with a half double crochet. And we finish with a half double crochet. We make a chain stitch. And here we have completed row number 4. Look at how the pattern looks. We make a half double crochet, the first stitch, slip stitch, half double crochet, slip stitch, finishing with a half double crochet. Here we work a total of 11 stitches. We turn the piece. And look how the stitch looks on the back. Look how pretty it is. Now we're going to work on row number 5. And we're going to do this one with single crochet. We're going to keep combining. Pattern stitch. 1 row. And the next one, single crochet. But here in row number 5, we are going to work increases. We will make an increase in the first stitch and an increase in the last stitch to start opening up the piece. So here, the first stitch we will work will be a single crochet increase. That means 2 stitches in the same stitch. We insert the hook into the center of the chain, picking up the strand. From the back, we will always do this when working the row with single crochet. We will do it in the center of the chain, taking the back loop. We yarn over, and we make a single crochet. We insert the hook again to complete the increase. And here we have 2 single crochets. In the next chain, we will make a single crochet. Next. We work single crochet until we reach the last chain. I've reached the last chain. Here we'll make an increase just like we did at the beginning. We insert the hook in the center. We yarn over and make a single crochet. We insert the hook again and make a single crochet. We make a turning chain. And we finish round number 5 here, making a total of 13 stitches. We work an increase at the beginning. 9 single stitches without increase. And in the last stitch, we make an increase of 2 stitches. We turn the piece. And now we start row number 6. We're going to work this row in a decorative stitch pattern. Starting with half double crochet, we yarn over. We go under the second chain. Notice that in this row, we work under the entire chain. We pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all of them. In the next chain, we make a slip stitch. Half double crochet. Slip stitch. We are going to work the stitch pattern until we reach the last chain. I reached the last chain. Look here, make sure this is tucked in a little bit. Right here where you can see it. We yarn over. We go underneath and make a half double crochet. We make a chain stitch. And we finish round number 6 here with a total of 13 stitches. Notice that in this round, we didn't make any increases. We are only going to work the increases in the round with single crochet. Here we turn the piece. And we start round number 7. We're going to do this one with single crochet, making an increase at the beginning and an increase at the end. We pass the hook through the center of the chain. Notice that here we pick up the strand from the back. We go back 1 stitch, we pass the hook through again, and we make the second single crochet. Under the next one, single crochet, until you reach the last chain. I reached the last chain. Look here. We will work the increase. 1. We pass the hook again. And we make the second stitch. We make a chain stitch. And we finish round number 7 here, with a total of 15 stitches. We work an increase at the beginning. We make 11 stitches in the center. And at the last one, an increase. Whenever you finish a round, make sure you have the correct number of stitches. Here, we turn the piece. Now, we start round number 8. We will work this one in a decorative stitch pattern, making a half double crochet under the entire chain. Slip stitch. Half double crochet. Slip stitch. We keep working until we reach the last 2 chains. Reach the last 2 chains. Make a slip stitch. And in the last one, a half double crochet. We make a chain stitch. And we finish round number 8 here with a total of 15 stitches. Please check. See that it's the same number of stitches as when we finished the single crochet round. So here we turn the piece. And this is how our project is turning out. Look at how the combination of stitches looks. We're going to keep working following the same sequence until we reach round number 16. What are we going to do? We're going to work round number 9, working single crochet, starting with an increase at the beginning. An increase at the end, round number 10. Pattern stitch, round number 11. Single crochet, an increase at the beginning. An increase at the end. This is how you will work round number 12. Number 13. Number 14. Number 15. And number 16. You should finish it with the pattern stitch. I'm going to lift the piece. And we continue now. I've already finished this part of the piece. And look how the piece has grown. With the increases. Look at how the stitch combination looks. The half double crochet stitches. The yarn is well organized. The piece has a very good structure. You should finish with a total of 16 rows. Check 1, 2, 3. The row with the pattern stitch. And in the center, look, here is the row with single crochet. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We finished this last row with the pattern stitch, and we have a total of 23 stitches here. Please check. I'm going to give you the measurements. The width at the bottom, it's 10.5 centimeters wide. At the top, 19.5 centimeters. And in height, it is 15 centimeters. We are going to work on the central part of the piece. We will continue this part with the same stitch pattern, but without increases. I continue working with the 5.5 hook. What I did was switch to the hook with the rubber grip. So we position the piece here at the last stitch. Look, I've already made the turning chain here. I turn, and we're going to work on row number 17. We're going to do this one with single crochet. Here, we won't make an increase. We work a single crochet in the center of the chain. In the center of the next one, we make the last stitch here. And we place a marker here to know that this is where the rows without increases begin. We make a chain stitch. And we finish row 17 with 23 stitches. From now on, in this section, we are going to work with 23 stitches. We are not going to make any increases. So here we turn the piece. And now we work on row 18. We are going to do this one with pattern stitch. We yarn over, go under the entire chain, and make a half double crochet and turn. Slip stitch in the next one. Half double crochet. Slip stitch. We continue until we reach the last 2 stitches. I've reached the last 2 stitches. We make a slip stitch. And in the last one, a half double crochet. We make a turning chain. And we turn the piece. I finished row number 18 here with 23 stitches. This is the whole process we're going to do in this section. We will continue working single crochet, pattern stitch, single crochet, pattern stitch. We will do row number 19 with single crochet, row number 20 with pattern stitch, finishing each row with 23 stitches until you reach row 31. I'm going to speed up the process. And we'll continue. I finished the rows without increases. This is how the central part of the piece looks. Here, I did a total of 31 rows. And counting from the marker where the central part begins, I worked 15 rows without increases. Check it. We count from where the marker is, which is the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We finish this last row with a single crochet. And here in the last one, we're going to place a marker. This is so we know that this is where the central part ends. When finishing each round, always keep adjusting the piece so that it takes shape. Stretch it really well. Arrange the stitches. Look how tall it looks. In the center, we have 13 centimeters. Now we will work on the final part of the piece. And we are going to do this with decreases. We are at the last stitch. Here we already have a chain stitch. We turn the piece. And now we work on row number 32. We are going to do this one in the pattern stitch. We start with a half double crochet. Slip stitch. Half double crochet. We continue the stitches until we reach the last one. Let's make the last stitch. This one is half double crochet. Remember that we started with a half double crochet, and we finished with a half double crochet. We make a chain stitch, and we turn the piece. Here, we now start row number 33. And in this one, since it's going to be single crochet, we start with the decreases. So, what are we going to do? We're going to insert the hook into the center of the second chain. We yarn over and pull up a loop. We insert it into the center of the next one. We yarn over and pull up a loop. Here we have 3 loops on the hook. We yarn over, and we pull through all 3. There, we've decreased 1 stitch. In the next stitches, we're going to work single crochet. Simple, just like we've been doing. Here, we will make 19 stitches until we reach the last 2. We go through the center of the chain, and we make a single crochet. Reach the last 2 stitches. Here, we will also make a decrease. We go through the center of the chain. We yarn over and pull up a loop here. We go through the center of the next one. We yarn over and pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on the hook. We yarn over and pull through all 3. Here, we've also decreased 1 stitch, finishing row number 33 with 21 stitches. We make a chain stitch, and we turn the work. Here we continue with the pattern stitch round. This would be number 34. Let's make the last stitch. Chain 1. We turn the piece. And we finished round number 34 here. We're going to do the next round with single crochet. We continue here with the decreases. We insert the needle into the chain center. And in the center of the next one. We have 3 loops on the hook here. We yarn over, and we pull through all of them. We decrease 1 stitch here. We work single crochet here until we reach the last 2 chains. Reach the last 2 chains. We make a decrease here. We go through the center. We yarn over and pull up a loop. We go through the center of the next one. We yarn over and pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on the hook. We yarn over and pull through all of them. We make a chain stitch. And we finish here round number 35. With 19 stitches, we make a decrease at the beginning, a decrease at the end. And in the center, I worked 17 stitches. Please check. We will continue following the decrease sequence until we reach round number 44. Round number 36, which is the next one, we will do with pattern stitch. Round number 37 will be done with single crochet. The decreases will only be made in the rounds with single crochet. We will alternate them. These 2 stitch sequences until you reach round 44. I'm finishing round 43. This one is with single crochet, and it's the last round with decreases. I made the first decrease at the beginning. I worked 9 single crochets, and I'm going to do the last decrease with you. We insert the hook into the center of the chain, yarn over. We insert it into the center of the next. We have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over again, and pull through all of them. We make a turning chain. And we finish here row 43 with 11 stitches. Check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Let's turn the piece. And now we'll work on row 44. This is the last row with the pattern stitch. We will make a total of 11 stitches. We chain 1. We turn. And we finish the row here with pattern stitch with 11 stitches. From now on, we are going to do the last 3 rows with single crochet, just like we did at the beginning of the piece. Look, here we worked 3 single crochets. We're going to do single crochet here without increasing. We go through the center of the second chain. Single crochet in the center of the next one. Until you complete 11 stitches. I'm making the last stitch. And with this, I finish row 45. I make a turning chain. And I turn the work. Now we work on row number 46. This one is also with single crochet, but here we are no longer going to insert the hook in the center of the chain, but under the entire chain. We make a single crochet under the next one until you complete 11 stitches. I finish the 11 stitches. I make a chain stitch. I turn the work. And we work here the last row. We go under the whole chain and we make a single crochet. I finish the decrease block. Counting after the stitch with the marker, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 rounds, just like we did in the round with increases. So we finish the piece now. We arrange the stitches very well. Increases 16 rounds, straight section 15 rounds, and decreases 16 rounds. The decreases ended with 15 centimeters in length, same as the increases, and in width, 10 centimeters. We finished the piece with a total of 47 rows. And if you want to make this a little bigger, here is where we made the increases. You can add 2 at a time. We worked 16 rows. You can do 18, 20. Here in the straight section, you can add 2 more rows. And here in the decrease rows, you can also add 2 more rows at a time. It all depends on the length you want to give the piece. You can also adapt this process to another type of material. You can do it with t-shirt yarn, up to 3 centimeters, 3.5 centimeters. And if you want to make it with cord, remember that the measurements will vary depending on the thickness of the material. You would have to do more rounds. So this process was adapted to work with t-shirt yarn. Let's hide this strand. Here, under the stitches. We cut the excess strand. We hide the tip here, and this is how we're going to hide all the strands in this project. We will work the edge of the piece with single crochet, and we need to make a total of 47 stitches, which is the same number of rows we have made in the piece. We're going to make the first stitch here, where we work the last stitch of this row. Here, we pass the hook through. We yarn over, and we make a single crochet. And in that stitch, we're going to place a marker to know that it's the first one on the side. To make the single crochets on this side, we're going to use each row we've made on the piece as a guide. Look, here we have a row with single crochet. There are 2 loops. We're going to insert the hook under those 2 loops. Here is the row with the pattern stitch. Look, there's a strand above it here. Right below is the row with single crochet, and there are 2 strands here on the side. And below is the pattern stitch row, and there's 1 strand. So you should use the rows you've worked up the side as your guide. In total, we need to work 47 stitches, and we will be distributing them here where I'm showing you. We pass the hook under both strands, and we make a single crochet. Here is where the pattern stitch row is. Look, there's a strand. Single crochet. Here, under both loops. We remove the marker here. We make a single crochet. We'll work here where the single crochets are. Look, there are 2 loops here. Right here under this back bump. Here, under these 2 loops, we're going to make stitch 46. And we're going to make stitch 47 under the first chain on this side here. We place a marker at this point, so we know that's where it ends. This is how we complete the single crochets on this side, and here we have a total of 47 stitches. Please check. On this side, we are not going to work any stitches. We are going to continue. We're going to make the handle with 32 chains. If you want it longer, just keep working until you reach the desired length. So here we have the little loop in the hook. We yarn over and slip. Little loop in the hook, we yarn over and slip. Try not to make the chains too loose. Use the same tension on each one so they come out even. I finished the 32 chains and the length is 21 centimeters. This is how the handle should look. Look at the strands. They should all be facing the right way, facing up, so that when you join them, they look even like this. So here we join at this point. See how you can see 2 strands here? We go under those 2, 1, and 2. This will be the first stitch on this side. We position it nicely here. We pass the hook under those 2 strands. We yarn over. And we work a single crochet here. Here we are going to place a marker, because this will be the first of the 47 stitches. So we go under the 2 loops here and work a single crochet. Here, under this little ridge, there it is. Look, here is the pattern stitch. It's the same process we did on the other side. I finished stitching this side. I got here to stitch 45, and with these 2 strands, we're going to make stitch 46. And here in the first stitch, on this side, we're going to make stitch 47. We pass the hook under the 2 strands and make a single crochet. Under the first chain, see how we go under all of them and make a single crochet. In this one, we're going to place the marker so we know that's where the side stitch ends. We continue here with the 32 chains. Try to keep the same tension so that the handle is the same size as the previous one. I finished the 32 chains, and in length, it's the same as the previous one, 21 centimeters. We arrange the chain very well so that the right side is facing up, right here where the marker is. We remove it, pass the hook under the entire chain, yarn over, and here we make a slip stitch, chain 1. Here we are going to turn the work. Look, it's going to end up with the right side facing down, so what are we going to do here? Pay close attention. Here, in the same space where we work the slip stitch, we're going to make a single crochet here. See that it's on top of the chain we made. We pass the hook under that stitch, yarn over, and make a single crochet. Here, we're going to place a marker. And this is the first stitch on this side. We'll always place the marker right here in this stitch. We're going to work single crochet all along the edge. And here, see that the chain is upside down. It has the bumps facing up, so we insert the hook under the first bump, taking the bottom strand. The bottom strand. We insert the hook here. This is the first little ridge. We yarn over and make a single crochet. Here we are going to work the 32 stitches. We go through here. Look, there's the little ridge. We go through the bottom loop. Here we are going to make the last stitch. Look where the little ridge is. And down here we can see the strand. We go underneath. And we make the last stitch here. This is how the stitch looks on the handle. Please make sure you have 32 stitches. Let's remove the marker from this side. Look, we have the edge chain. We're going to insert the hook into the stitch where the marker was, in the center of the chain, picking up the strand that's on top. Here. Insert the hook into the first chain. We yarn over and make a single crochet. We place the marker here again. We work here in the center of the chain. Single crochet. Reach the point where the marker is. I remove it. And I do a single crochet there. I place the marker again. And here, we're going to work the single crochets in the strand that's at the bottom of the handle. Notice that we're working with the handle inside out. So here we find the first stitch. Look here. We go underneath. And we make a single crochet. Look here where the little ridge is, and here is the strand. We're going to make the last stitch here. We finish the stitches on the second handle. Make sure you have 32. And here, where the marker is, we're going to pass the hook through the center of the chain. Here, we make a single crochet. We place the marker again, and we continue here, working one stitch in the center of each chain, until we get here where the next marker is. Here we have the last chain. We go through the center, and we make a single crochet. Here we are going to close the second round. Pay close attention because this is how we will close the rest. We remove the marker here. We pass the hook under the entire chain, from front to back. We yarn over. We pull it forward. Look, we have 2 loops on the hook. We're going to slip the first one into the one we already had. Like this. We have a loop on the hook. Here, we make a chain stitch. We turn the piece. Look here. We have finished the second round. And look at how the piece looks now. It's already taking shape. We arrange it very well here. It's normal that when you work with t-shirt yarn and extra lycra feather, the piece tends to curl up a little bit. Because remember that we're making the stitches tight, so that the piece has a very good structure. From this marker to this one, we have 47 stitches. And on the handles, we have 32 stitches. In total, we have 158 stitches. Please check. So here, look, we've already turned the piece. And the stitches are facing right side up. How are we going to work these rows? Or what is the method we use to work this row? One row is worked with the piece facing right side up, which is the first row that we work all along the edge, where we work here the 32 initial chains. For the second row, we turn the piece, and we work with the stitches on the wrong side. So this is the one we just finished. The third round is the one we're going to start now. We're going to work this one on the right side. The next one will be worked on the wrong side. It's important for you to keep this in mind so you don't get confused when you're turning the piece. So here, we've already made our chain stitch. We're going to do it in the same stitch where we made the slip stitch. Look at it here. Where you can see it, you'll use it as a guide because it's the same stitch. Pass the hook through that space. You're going to yarn over and make the first stitch. You place the marker there. Here, it's part of this chain. Here in the next one, we're going to continue working a stitch in the center of the chain, as we've been doing. We have the first one. We go through here in the center, from the next chain, and we make the second one. Here in the center of the next one. We'll do it along the edge until we get here to the next marker. We reach the next marker. We remove it. We make a single crochet. Every time we remove it, we make the stitch and place the marker again. Here, we'll work the stitches on the handle. And we're going to do it continuously, just like we've been doing. We pass through the center of the chain, and we make a single crochet. Center of the next one. Here. This is how the stitches should look. Let's keep working. 1 stitch in the center of each chain, all along the edge of the piece. We work the handle here, just like we did in the previous one, until we get here, to the last stitch. Before the marker, I work the stitches, all along the edge of the piece. See how they look. Here is the handle on this side. And here, let's do the last stitch. We go through the center. And we make a stitch. Let's make the join. We go under the whole chain, from the front to the back. Yarn over. And here, we make a slip stitch. In that same stitch, that's where you will start the next round. Here, you make a chain stitch. And that's how we finish round number 3. Here, turn the piece. Look, right at that same stitch. Pass the hook through. And we do it. Single crochet. Place the marker here. And with this stitch, we've started round number 4. You will continue working all along the edge of the piece, passing the hook through the center of the chain, until you reach this point again. Close with a slip stitch. Chain 1, turn the piece. Start round number 5. I'll speed up the process, and we'll continue now. I worked on round number 4, and here I am finishing number 5. Look at how the stitches look, here on the handle. Here on this side, how the piece turned out. Look, this is the last round. Number 5. It faces the decorative stitches. Look how it turns out. We're going to finish on this side. Let's do the last 2 stitches. Let's close the piece. We cut the yarn on this side. We remove the marker. And we're going to pass the needle, not in the first chain, but in the second one, from the back. Forward. We take the yarn. And we go back. We tighten this stitch a little. We turn and pass the needle through, under the back bump. Let it come out in the center of the last chain stitch. We take the yarn. And we bring it to the back. Look here, we've made the join, simulating a chain stitch. Now let's tighten it, so that it's the same size as the others. This leftover strand, we're going to hide it under the stitches. Here at the stitch where we simulated the bind off. We're going to place the marker again. We finished this part. Now, let's arrange the stitches nicely. Let's organize the piece. And here, I'll show you all the details. Look at how the handle looks. Here is the combination of stitches. Look how pretty it is. Here we bind off. See how the piece looks when closed. The stitches are firm, all the same size, and very well organized. Now I'm going to give you the measurements, the length with the handles. It's 64 centimeters. The width in the center of the piece. It's 28.5 centimeters. And the width of the handle, it's 5 centimeters. We're going to work on the last 2 pieces. And these are the sides. For this, you should always keep in mind the number of stitches you have from one marker to the other. So here, we have 47 stitches. This number of stitches we're going to divide into 3 parts, leaving here in the center the base of the bag. This base can vary depending on the shape you want to give the piece. If you want a piece shorter but spacious, here you leave more stitches, or if you want a piece that looks tall, defined, structured. Here, you reduce the stitches a bit. Why am I making this clarification? Because I've been sent several pictures of this model where the bag turned out very short, but quite wide. It doesn't look tall and structured, or the piece doesn't look defined. And that's because on the base, they're leaving too many stitches. This is important for you to keep in mind, because this technique, you can apply it not only to this bag, but to any other one that presents you with this challenge. Okay, why do mine end up so short? And that's because here, you're leaving too many base stitches. So here, I leave fewer stitches. The piece. It would already be taller. It would look more defined, much slimmer. This won't affect the roominess of the bag. Because remember, what you reduce at the base, you're going to add it to the body of the bag. On the other hand, what you add to the base will decrease the height of the bag. Here, I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. We're going to count from this marker 19 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Here we are going to place a marker. We leave 9 stitches here at the base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We place the marker on stitch number 10. On this side, you should have 19 stitches. We count the stitch where the marker is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We start the sides. Here, we make a slip knot. And as a base, we will leave 9 stitches. That means we will work 10 chains. Always remember the turning chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we turn the piece. We're going to work single crochet under each back bump. Here we will make a total of 9 stitches. We've reached the last back bump. We go underneath. And here we make the last stitch. We make a turning chain. We pull the piece. And here we finish the first row with 9 stitches. We make a second row with single crochet. We go under the second chain, 1 and 2. And we make a single crochet. We make the last stitch here. Let's make a chain stitch. We pull the piece. We finish the second round here. To work the third round, we start with the pattern stitch. We yarn over the hook, and in the second stitch, we make a half double crochet. Slip stitch. Half double crochet. We continue until we reach the last stitch. We've reached the last stitch, and here we're going to work. Half double crochet. We make a chain stitch. And we finish round number 3 here. We have 9 stitches, starting with a half double crochet, and finishing with a half double crochet. We pull the piece. We start round 4. And in this one, we're going to work increases. 1 at the beginning and 1 at the end. So we go through the center of the chain. We yarn over. And we make the first stitch here. We go through again. And we complete the second stitch. We work single crochet until we reach the last stitch. Here in the last stitch, we make the increase. Chain 1. We finish round 4 with a total of 11 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We turn the piece. And row number 5, we're going to work it in a pattern stitch. We make the last stitch. Chain 1. We turn the piece. And we finish round number 5 with 11 stitches. Round number 6, which is single crochet, we make an increase at the beginning and an increase at the end. This will be the last increase on the side. We work across the center, and we make the 2 stitches here. We reach the last stitch. We make the last increase here. Chain 1. We finish round number 6 with a total of 13 stitches. From now on, we are not going to make any more increases. We are going to continue building up the piece, combining the stitch pattern, finishing each round with 13 stitches. We turn the piece. And here we work round number 7 in the pattern stitch. We've reached the last stitch. Here we make a half double crochet, chain stitch. We turn the work, and we finish round number 7 here. Round number 8, we're going to work it with single crochet, without increasing. We make the last stitch. We finish here round number 8. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's continue working, combining the stitch pattern, finishing each round with 13 stitches until you reach round number 18. I finished the 18 rounds. Look how nice the side turned out. Here is the last one. I finished it with a single crochet. You should always do it with a single crochet, so that the side has a better finish. Here we check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Remember that the side should be 19 rows high. And we will complete this one when we make the border. We are going to do this to give the piece a better finish. So here we go to the last stitch. And in that spot where we made the last one, in that same space, we're going to make a stitch. We place a marker here. This would be the first stitch on the side. We make the next one. Here we have a decorative stitch on top where the yarn is. And we make a single crochet. Here's the single crochet. It reaches where the 2 strands are. This would be stitch number 17. Here in this space, look, we have a single crochet. We're going to make stitch 18. And we're going to work stitch 19 into the first chain of the base. Here. We place a marker here. This would be the last stitch on the side. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Let's work the stitches on this side now. And here at this same stitch, where we worked stitch 19, we're going to make a stitch. This would be the first of the 9 base stitches. We continue on this side until we reach the last one. Here comes the last stitch. We're going to make the last base stitch here. Check. We count after the stitch where the marker is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, we're going to work the stitches on this side. And here in this same stitch, where I made the last one of the base, I'm going to make the first stitch of the side panel. I place a marker in this one. I'm going to continue working single crochet, just like we did on this side, also taking the opportunity to hide the yarn tail. And I'll see you when we get here to the second to last stitch. We've reached the second to last stitch. This is number 18. And we're going to do number 19 here, in the first stitch at the top. Here. I finished the 19 stitches on this side. The base ended up with 9 stitches, and on this side, 19 stitches. Here at the top, it ended up with 13 stitches. And that's how our side piece turned out. We arranged it very well here. Vertically, it ended up being 17 centimeters. Wide at the top, 13 centimeters. And at the base, 9 centimeters. Let's work on the second side, following the same process. And when you finish the first one, you're going to cut a strand, about 3 meters long. To start sewing it to the bag, here I already have both sides ready. Look at what they look like. Both have the same measurements. Look. I also left 3 meters for the seam. We take the piece. We open it like this. This one should have the right side facing up. And the side with the right side facing down. We're going to place it this way. Here, look how it fits. Right side, front sides together. For the next side, you're going to follow the same process. You're going to place the right side down. Look here, the right side is facing up. Place it on this side. And the seam starts here. We arrange the side very well, so that we have one stitch facing the other. We're going to work this seam with slip stitch. We'll be passing the hook under the entire chain. Here. We make the first stitch. We pull up this loop. And we pass the hook under the stitch where the marker is. Here we remove it. We take the set-aside loop. And we take it out. We adjust a little bit. And look, the yarn is on the inside. We're going to bring it out, making a single crochet here. We turn the piece. Now the yarn is left on the outside. We pass the hook under the next chain. And the one that's in front. We yarn over. We pull up a little, and here we make a slip stitch. Try not to make the stitches too tight. Always pull up a little, but don't let them get too loose. We go under the next chain, and the one that's in front. We're going to do the last 2 stitches. Look, they're facing each other, and the markers ended up facing each other. This would be stitch 19. We remove it here. And here, we're going to work the 9 base stitches. We reach the point where the markers are. This would be the last one. We remove it here. We go underneath. Remember that here we start with a single crochet. On this side, we will also finish with a single crochet. This gives a better fit to the last stitch. We go through all of them. We add height. We have 2. We yarn over and close. Here, we cut the yarn. We pass the needle through. Here underneath, we pick up the yarn. We go down on this side. And here, we're going to hide it under the stitches. I finished sewing the second side. This is how it looks. Here we have the bag inside out. Let's turn it right side out. Now, we're going to attach the magnetic clasp. This one comes with spaces for sewing. We're going to do this with nylon and a needle. This is 0.22 gauge. It's a very thin nylon. First, we put on the thick part of the clasp. We take the piece. Here, we choose which of the 2 sides we are going to leave as the front. I'm going to take this one. So, here on the back side, under the first round, we place the clasp in the center. We take the needle. First, we go through the bottom part of the stitch, here in the first space. We leave a short tail to fasten off at the end. Now, we take the needle over the space, that is, on the outside. We pull it out here, under the stitches. Here, so the seam isn't too noticeable. We pull the needle out inside the space here. We repeat this process 3 times in each space until we get back here. I've already secured the stitches. We pass the strand underneath. Now we're going to place the thinner clasp. We place it on top. We adjust the piece. We open here. We check that it's under the first seam. Here, under the first round. And we count 5 stitches on each side. We do the same sewing process. 3 simple stitches in each space until the clasp is nice and tight. I finished sewing the clasp. Here on this side, I did the same process. And at the end, I finished off the tail end. Look, both are well positioned, nicely centered. We're going to make a tassel. Here, I cut 7 strands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. They are 40 centimeters long. We take a small piece of fabric yarn. We pass it through the center, ensuring it's thin enough not to take up too much space in the cap. This is just to hold the fabric yarn. We place the fabric yarn inside the cap. Here, you can use some hot glue so it sticks better, and we use a pair of pliers to help. We tighten the screws. We arrange the strands, and we're going to even out the ends. Here, you can choose the length. Now we have our tassel ready. Let's put on the ring. And now we have it. We put it here on the chain. The height in the center is 20 centimeters. Put the handles 31 centimeters wide at the base. "32 centimeters at the top, 28 centimeters wide. We have finished the whole process of the bag. This would be the final result. Look at this bag. It's so pretty. The bag ended up weighing 650 grams, which is the ideal weight for a bag of this size. See how it's lightweight, affordable, and very easy to make, with a very nice finish. Look at this stitch. It's so pretty. It's a trendy pattern, and many of you have asked me to show you how to make the stitch step by step in t-shirt yarn. Look at how beautiful the result is. See you in the next class. God bless you. Bye.